This is pelvic outlet. Pelvic outlet is formed by lower part of the pubic symphysis. This area is filled with a ligament which is called as arcuate pubic ligament. Anterolaterally by conjoined ischiopubic rami, ischial tuberosities, and posterolaterally by sacrotuberous ligaments, and posteriorly by tip of the coccyx. Pelvic outlet is divided into two triangular areas. It's a diamond shaped space divided into two triangular areas by an imaginary line connecting the two ischial tuberosities. Anterior triangular area is called as urogenital triangle. Posterior triangular area is called as anal triangle. Urogenital triangle is traversed in male by the urethral opening, whereas in female it is traversed by urethral opening anteriorly and vaginal opening posteriorly. Anal triangle is traversed by the anal opening. On either sides of the anal opening, fat-filled spaces are present in the anal triangle. These spaces are the ischiorectal fossa, and these spaces lies below the pelvic diaphragm. The pelvic outlet is filled with the pelvic diaphragm, which supports the pelvic viscera from below. So these spaces present below the pelvic diaphragm. So ischiorectal fossa, it is a wedge-shaped space situated on either sides of the anal orifice. This is anal canal. So these spaces are present on either sides of this anal canal. It's a wedge-shaped space with its base directed below. Base is formed by skin and superficial fascia and perianal fascia, and its apex directed upwards. It has a medial wall which is sloping downwards. Medial wall is formed above by the levator ani muscle and below by the external anal sphincter. External anal sphincter consists of three parts: subcutaneous, superficial and deep parts. These three are the parts of external anal sphincter. This medial wall is lined by a fascia which is called as anal fascia. The fascia covering the lower part of the levator ani is anal fascia. Then lateral wall is vertical. It is formed by the obturator internus muscle and the fascia covering it. It is called as obturator fascia. Then, and the fascia present here is the perianal fascia. This is skin. The superficial fascia contains fat, loculated fat here. Deep to this comes another fascia which extends from ischial tuberosity to the lower part of the anal opening. This is called as perianal fascia. So we can divide the ischiorectal fossa into three subdivisions by a lunate fascia also. This is lunate fascia. The ischiorectal part of fat is covered by a layer of fascia which is called as lunate fascia. The apex of the lunate fascia is called as tegmentum. So the part of the ischiorectal fossa above the tegmentum is called as suprategmental space. The part of the ischiorectal fossa between lunate fascia and perianal fascia is called as proper ischiorectal phase. And the part of the ischiorectal fossa between perianal fascia and skin is the perianal space. So three subdivisions are there: perianal space, proper ischiorectal space, and this is the suprategmental space. This is the apex of the ischiorectal fossa. The apex is usually closed by the fusion of obturator fascia and anal fascia. If an abnormal opening present here, that opening is called as hiatus of Schwalbe. And this is the pudendal canal, another facial opening, facial canal present in the lateral wall of the ischiorectal fossa in between obturator fascia and lunate fascia is called as the pudendal canal. Pudendal canal consists of pudendal nerve and internal pudendal vessels. This pudendal nerve and internal pudendal vessels gives off a branch called as inferior rectal nerve and vessels to the ischiorectal fossa that now passes through the fossa and supplies the external anal sphincter. So this is the pudendal canal situated in the lateral aspect of the ischiorectal fossa in between the obturator fascia and lunate fascia.